Hey guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can see here, I have a review of the Derwent Metallic Mixed Media Set, which we'll get into in a second. But the links that I'll be providing today are from Cult Pens. Cult Pens and I, just before Christmas, came to an agreement sort of thing that occasionally they would send me some products for me to review on their behalf. Now I don't get, Cult Pens are not paying me or anything like that. I don't get any commission from the links that I provide you or anything like that. It's just I am very aware of smaller art establishments, and I want to try and do the best I can for other art establishments, as opposed to the much bigger ones that we all know about, and that so many of us, including myself, just go to in order to buy something. But these smaller art stores, I think, are very important, and I think it's very important that we try to support where and when we can. And so this is this product came from Cult Pens, but obviously, as you can see, it's a Derwent product. And what I will say about Cult Pens is Cult Pens are fantastic pricing. Incredibly, I mean, I got all my Copic markers from there, and they were the cheapest place that I could find in the UK and on some of the other bigger platforms. So it is definitely worth your while taking a look at Cult Pens and what they have in store and what have you. And also as well, their shipping is first class. I mean, what I mean is, when they ship something out to you, it gets there really fast. Obviously, dependent, if you're living in a different country, it's obviously there's going to be a time constraint there. But for UK, it gets really fast. Anyway, guys, so let's crack on with this. Now, I've done a review of the Derwent Metallic pencils quite a while ago, and I think it was the water soluble pencils that I completed a review of. But this set, as it says here, is a mixed media set. So it's a really nice little box set for a start. You can see here, I'll have images popping up on the screen, but you can see here, it just says on the front, Derwent Metallic Mixed Media Set. A couple of other languages there, professional quality, and then there's a little bit of a swatch down at the bottom. 19 pieces in total. Just on the bottom here, there's kind of like a little magnetic strip for opening and closing the box. So it would be entirely up to you if you got this set, if you wanted to get this set, whether you kept all of the product that I'm going to show you inside the set. On opening the set, you can see there's a little black piece of foam that comes with it as well. But you can see here, you've got your pencils, and they're all inset into this foam, so everything is well protected, well in place, nothing's fallen out. You've got 6 pans down the side here, which are obviously the water soluble metallic paints, and there's a water brush here as well. Now, the water brush that's in here is, I think it's one of their medium sized like brush tips. So if we take a look at this water brush, you can see here it's got a little lid which can be posted on the back. I know some people like to know this type of information. It can be posted on the back, so you're not having to leave it on your desk where it might roll off and lose it. Like I said, it's a medium brush tip, sorry. And in order to fill it up, you just unscrew this section of the brush, and you fill it up from a tap or a water bottle, whatever. And as you can see here, the reservoir is actually quite big, so it's going to hold quite a substantial amount of water. You just screw that back into place, and also along the end towards the brush itself, you can see that there is this little sign, just says push, obviously just to help force the water through and giving you a little bit more control. So when you're using these water brushes, if you press on this little section of the brush, it'll force more water to come through, giving you a lot more water to play about with. Whereas if you don't push this, the water that's going to come through, it'll be more like a trickle, and you'll be able to have a little bit more control over it. The pencils that we have in here, it's a set of 12. So the colours that are in the pencils are rose gold, red, silver rose, which is a really, really nice colour. I'll show you these colours in a second. Purple, blue, green, silver mint, yellow, gold, bronze, graphite, and silver. Then we have these 6 pans down the side. Now, the only kind of like niggle I have, and I have this so many times with different sets, is that there's no number or name or anything like that on the pans to let you know what colours, specifically what colours these pans are. Like I say, I can't see any numbers on the pans, nothing to indicate this, that what the colour is. There's nothing on the box either indicating what colours the pans are. It just says, you know, that Derwent metallic paint and pencils contain shimmering metallic colour, which are outstanding when applied to both light and dark paper, which is, I'll show you that in a second. This highly reflective colour range offers a wide spectrum of colour. The Derwent metallic mixed media set includes a curated range of 6 shades of paint and 12 pencils that work together beautifully to create a full spectrum of rich metallic colour. Learn how to use these mediums can interact with each other by using the pencils as an outline or on top of the paint once dry. Suitable for a range of fine art or craft projects. Contains 6 metallic paint pans, 12 non-water soluble metallic pencils, and a water brush, all presented in a beautiful gift box, which it is, which you've just seen here. But like I say, there's no information as to what these specific colours are. Now, I am sure if you go and you dig around the internet and you delve into some sort of website, somebody will have the colours up there. But for me, when somebody goes and buys a product, I personally don't think that, unless with the higher artist grade products being an exception, because I know there's a lot of information that can go alongside those. But for sets like this, and you know, your lower grade pencils, your student grade pencils, I don't think that the artist should have to dig around the internet to find out what colour or whatever, you know, what light fast or anything like that should be, you know, in the set. I think the information, these boxes and sets and tins and all the rest of it, they're all big enough to put on here what the colours are. And so I personally think that they should be included in the sets somewhere, so that you don't have to go online looking. Not everybody wants to go online and spend 15-20 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on what the product is and where the information is, to find out what these colours are. So that's my only niggle with this set. So let's take a look at how these colours fare on white paper and black paper, and then I'll show you how they react in real time. Okay, so this is the mixed media set on just ordinary white watercolor paper. Now, I'll have some images popping up here and showing you as close as I can get to with the actual colours. The pencils are non-water soluble, and I have, you know, with the rose gold and the red, I did go over those with water, because sometimes non-water soluble pencils for some reason are a little bit soluble, but with these there's no budging whatsoever, there's no smearing or anything. So I personally think that's a good thing, because when used in conjunction with the pans that are available, if you go over a line or something like that, or an area of the artwork that you use the pencils for, then it's not going to smear or mix or anything like that. Now, the pans that we have down at the bottom here, I've just numbered them 1 to 6 as they appear in the set, but they are gorgeous. You can see the shimmer, the metallicness with pan 4. I mean, I'll show you this on black paper as well, but I have found that some of the colors react better on different paper. For example, the pans 3, 4 and 5, well actually sorry 4 and 5, they're not really super like glittery or shimmery or which way you want to categorize it. Whereas if you look at pans 6, 3, 2 and 1, especially pans 1, 2 and 6, they are really incredibly like glittery, shimmery. I'll hold this up so you can see it a little bit better. But like I say, I have these images popping up, and hopefully they will do this justice. And then the colours that are dry from the pencils, again, you can definitely see a metallic sheen off them. Especially like the graphite, the silver, the bronze, the rose gold, the red. All of them have this nice sheen and shimmer off them. As you can see, I think you should be able to see this quite clearly. The pencils especially just react so much better on black paper than they do white paper. On the white paper they are really nice, but here on the black paper you can really see the sheen and the shine that comes off these pencils in their dry format, so to speak. Now, this paper here that I'm using is actually the Derwent black mixed media paper. The white paper that I used was from the St Cuthbert's Mill Bockingford paper, so a decent quality paper that I used for both examples. When we look down at the pans here, again, especially pans 1, 2 and 6, the shimmer of these are just fantastic. Pan 3, you can definitely see a shimmer. It's really, really nice. Pan 5, there is definitely, when you look at it really close, pans 4 and 5 definitely have a shimmer and a sheen to them. But it's just not as prominent as the other pans 1, 2, 3 and 6. But it is definitely there, and I would say, I mean, it's all personal preference, but I would say that on the black paper you definitely get the effect that these pencils, that these products are supposed to deliver. Okay, so as I said, the white paper that I used was this Bockingford traditional watercolor paper from St Cuthbert's Mill. Really, really nice paper. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to demonstrate these, the pans here on this white paper. The black paper that I used, like I say, is the Derwent black mixed media paper, which again, really, really nice. It is, this is the A4 size. And in this particular pack or pad, you get 12 sheets, 300 GSM, and it's really, really nice paper. Now, it is a mixed media paper, so it's not an all-out watercolor paper, so you couldn't like do a big massive wet-on-wet wash and not have the paper buckle, because it would. And it's quite a smooth surface as well, so it's a little bit like hot press watercolor paper. In fact, actually a little bit smoother. But it is a nice paper, and when I was doing the tests for the pencils and the pans, I didn't have any problems like when I wet the pans. But like I say, I should imagine if you go overboard with your water, you will have problems. But that's the same for all mixed media paper. So I'm just gonna spray some water on them first, just to waken them up a little bit. And I suppose actually, rather than using an ordinary brush, I suppose as it is a review, I should do, I should use the water brush that comes with it. So let me just fill this up with some water. Okay, so I'll start at the top here with this silver, orange, red, blue, green, and lime, I suppose that would be, or this is an aqua color maybe. Anyway, I'll zoom in once I start getting some color down on the paper. Otherwise the camera will start freaking out. So I'm pressing on the watercolor brush just to squeeze out a little bit more water. Load that brush up with some of that gorgeous metallic color. And you can see, I mean, it just, even on this white paper, you can see how really well this looks. I should be able to zoom in now that there's a little bit of color there. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, so next up here we have this really nice orange. Again, just squeezing the brush to apply a little bit more water, and then just apply it to the paper here. Obviously, depending on how much water you apply to the paint will depend on how like metallic-y or sheeny or like glittery that this paint is going to appear. Because obviously if you apply an awful lot of water and you know you basically wash it out, you're not going to get the effect that you're supposed to with it. But you can see there, and I'll hold this page up to you. I know I've already done this and I've shown you what the colors look like on paper, but I just wanted to do it in real time as well. So I'm doing this reddy color now, again just using this watercolor brush. And I will say, you know, all watercolor brushes are really beneficial for artists that are out and about doing a little bit of outdoor painting. But you are very limited, because even with a slightly bigger brush nib, they tend to be quite small, and for good reason, because they're supposed to be portable. You're supposed to be able to carry them around with you very easily, and not get bogged down with the stuff. But like I say, you are very limited to how much you can do with a water brush. So that's why I think they're primarily used for outdoor painting. You tend to find that watercolor artists won't really use them in the studio if they've already got, like, you know, a selection of brushes that they enjoy using. So next up here is this really nice blue. Now, I did have problems when I was doing the testing. I did have problems like activating this blue. This blue seemed like really hard or something like that, and I couldn't get an awful lot of paint loaded up on the brush. So I'll see if this is any different. Yeah, it's definitely different from the first time I did it, the first test that I did. So I think maybe waking them when I spread the water on there, it helped a little bit. There you go. There's the blue. Okay, next up is this like aqua color, and it was a little bit the same. A little bit difficult too. But you can see there, it's loading. The brush is loading up beautifully. So I'll just put it here. You can see there. The good thing, obviously, about these water brushes, if you're new to watercolor and you've maybe not seen them before, is, you know, you don't have to keep dipping them in and out of water. So if you're out and about, you don't have to have like a jar with you or anything like that. You can just use the brush. Maybe take a little bottle of water with you, just in case, like you run out of water, you use it all up and you need to apply a little bit more. But that's not a big deal. Any time you're out and about, you're bound to bump into a shop or something like that sells bottles of water that you could use. Okay, so next up is this greeny color. Just loading up the brush there again. I will show you this on black paper in real time as well. As you can see there, really nice, really sheeny. I don't know the technical term for this, guys. It's like glitter, metallic, sheen, whichever way you want to term it. But really nice colors and give you effect. Now I did a little bit of artwork. I did the Peter Rabbit painting on my sketchbook at first, but then I did it on another proper watercolor pad. It was actually a St Cuthbert's Mill watercolor pad, and I added a name to it. Now, not one of my kids' names or anything like that, because I didn't want people saying, "Oh, you know, you're doing this painting for your kids, so you're going to violate copyright laws." I just added a name to it, and what I did was, with the Peter Rabbit painting, I did that in just ordinary watercolors. I'll show you some images popping up on the screen here, but with the name I used the Derwent metallic paint, and I think it added a really nice effect and dimension to the painting, in that it was like a little girl's name. It had a little fairy on it as well, and so the glitter paint, the metallic paint, really helped to, you know, establish the name, set it out a little bit from the other the rest of the watercolor painting. And I think that's what these paints can do. They can help you establish other bits of your painting, make them stand out a little bit more from other parts of the painting. Okay, so I've just set that white sheet to the side to dry. I'll show you that in a second. And I'm just going to do a couple of these pans here again on the black paper in real time, just so that you can see the application process. So this is like I say, I'm just the same order that I did it the last time, but this is the silver. Well, I take it's silver. And the reason why I say I take it's silver is because there's like pewter and other colors like this that's part of this range, because I know that it's that there's more than 6 colors in this range, which I'll go into in a second. But so it's not just as simple as saying that this is silver, that's orange, that's red. Do you know what I mean? It could be a completely different name to it, like burnt orange or something like that. It just really all depends. So we'll have a look at this orange here. You can see there that's silver. Just how different the black paper makes these paints show up. And you know, although you can use it on white paper, I definitely think that the black paper is going to give you the best results. The painting that I did was on white paper, and the little bit that I did with this metallic paint really showed up nicely. But you can see yourself here. I think in any case that the black paper definitely lends itself to providing the best results for these metallic paints. This is like the red one now, so you can see there the brush is well loaded up with the paint. Just add a little bit of water. Like I say, this paper is the Derwent mixed media paper, so it's not like a full watercolor paper. You can't. It's the same with any mixed media paper. You can't really just start loading it up with loads of water. It's not designed for that. It's designed just to take a little bit of water. So the blue, you can see how bright and vibrant that is. They're really nice. And then the last two. And you can see, you know, when I've been using this water brush, I have been pressing it a lot to get a lot of water out here, because obviously I'm aware of time and having to do this a little bit faster, and I still have a substantial amount of water in this reservoir for continuing on painting. Not all water brushes are as big as this and accept as much water. Some of the water brushes that you can get on the market are the same size as this, but they don't actually hold as much water as this water brush is doing. So this is the final one. You can see there, it's really, this one here is really like glittery, sheeny, whatever which way you want to describe it. Now, as you can see here, so I'm using these inside the actual set, and there's obviously this black rubber foam around it, which is obviously going to get wet. It's obviously going to get a little bit colourful over time if you continue using it in this. So that would be something, if you wanted to buy this set, it would definitely be something that you would have to consider, whether you wanted to move these pans out into like a little metal tin or whatever, or whether you wanted to just keep them in here. And having a little bit of mess isn't really that important. It's not really that big a deal. Okay, while the paint is drying, we can take a closer look at the actual pencils that's inside here. So as we can see here, it's a 3.8mm core. The barrel itself is hexagonal and it's 7mm, so very slim line. Along the barrel here, we have made in Britain. Then further on along, we have Derwent metallic. Just letting you know it's from the Derwent range and it is a metallic line. Then at the very end here we have the pigment name and a number which corresponds to that for open stock purposes. The actual pencil, the barrel itself has got kind of like this goldy, rose gold type of finish to it, maybe even bronze actually. But that doesn't indicate the colour of the actual core. The pigment identifier right on the very end, which is the iconic Derwent flash, this diagonal ring, which is black, and it separates the kind of like bronze barrel to the actual pigment identifier. It's kind of like 1/2 inch long pigment identifier. So that's the Derwent metallic pencils. Like I say, these are all non-water soluble, so there's no paintbrush icon on these pencils. And that's really about it. Now, in terms of sharpening, the pencils themselves sharpen really nicely. I haven't had any problems with them whatsoever. And I should imagine that being in this foam box, this rubber foam, has really protected them through transit or anything like that. And that is really about it. I'll let you have a look at the paint again. So if we just take a look here, you might be able to see the way the light sheens off them here. But like I say, I have close-up images which you can see, as well as images over on the written review. And then this is the black. You can I think you'll agree that the results on the black paper are far superior than on the white paper. But if you look at the artwork that I did as well, the sheen and the shimmer from them on the white paper shows up really, really well also. That's really about it, guys, for this set. Don't forget, this set came to me from Cult Pens. It's entirely up to you whether you want to go and buy from Cult Pens. The links that I provide here for you will take you directly to Cult Pens. But like I say, I don't get a commission or anything at all like that, and I would never do that. I think taking a commission to do a product review, even if it's only subconsciously, could maybe perhaps make me favor the product whenever I really shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? You understand what I mean? And I don't want to do that ever. I never want to be in that situation. So it is purely just because I have personally shopped from Cult Pens quite a bit. I think they provide an absolutely amazing service globally, and I think that it's incumbent on people like me, reviewers and stuff like that, to try and help support our smaller art stores. I think it's really important. They are competing with some of these big platforms, and it must be really difficult for them. So if this is a set that would interest you, or perhaps maybe if you wanted to give a gift to somebody, this is the other thing as well. I was supposed to have this done before Christmas. This was sent to me just before Christmas, and I completely apologize to Cult Pens for not getting it done for that time period. But nevertheless, like I said in the previous video, I was just so ill over Christmas and wasn't able to do it. But if this is a set that you would think that you would like to give somebody, I think it would be a wonderful set to give to any artist or crafter or adult colouring book enthusiast, whatever. If you want to know things like pricing and the Lightfast information and other little bits of information, go across to the written review, where I will have close-up images as well that you can click on and take a look at the paints better. You'll also be able to take a look at the application of the pencils and things like that also over on the written review. If you've enjoyed this video and you would like to see more content like this, please like and subscribe the video. Only if you've enjoyed it, and what that does is liking the video helps push my content out to a wider audience. If you leave a comment down below, maybe if you've used some metallic pencils or metallic paints in the past and you like them or you don't like them, please leave a comment down below, because it's really important that we get a balanced guide to everybody else's experience with metallic paints and pencils and like the mixed media papers. I always encourage everybody to comment and to let me know their views, and providing that they're not ignorant or have swear words in them, they always stay on the platform or on my YouTube channel. I never get rid of people saying that they don't like something, because it's their opinion and they're absolutely entitled to it. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Again, if you follow me on any of those platforms, those 3 platforms that I just mentioned, anytime I do a video or a giveaway or anything else like that, it'll come up on those platforms, and so you'll get notified that something new has come out, and hopefully, you know, if the next time I do a giveaway, you won't miss out on it, and you'll be able to take part in it. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm trying my best to get all of this content done and out. It's the artwork is actually what's holding me up. It's the artwork itself, trying to get it done and get it recorded and edited and all of the stuff that is so time consuming with regards to doing product reviews. That's what's causing the delay at the minute. But once I get up and running and I've got a few videos ahead of me, then the videos will become a lot more regular. But anyway, thanks very much, guys. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Thanks, bye.